ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Huskers will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the run, it's Madden. There he goes. Picks up the first down. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Well, you can see why Rocky Top is so excited about this guy. He's a home run waiting to happen. Not only can he run you over, but he can run around you too. This is an offense that doesn't only have to throw the football to win games. They can run it and they can get explosive plays because of this guy's speed and skill set.
Stuffed almost in his track, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Back to pass on second down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
Quarterbacks have a hard job. They got to drop back and try to see the whole field and then see the rush coming to him. But you can tell he did a really good job scrambling outside the pocket, improvising, making a play with his feet, and then getting the first down.
The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
And the Volunteers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Turning on the Jets. The 20. Touchdown ball. Once he got some room, it was over. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. He'll go out of bounds at the 39. Good return, and the offense could certainly do a lot worse than this for starting field position. Got a man, it's Foster. All right, guys, let's take a minute to think about Nebraska. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding.
Turning it on! Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Cornhuskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Makes the grab on the left. Stumbled to the ground.
Need to do a better job as a defender tackling the catch. On the curl route, he had a chance to break on the ball, get the receiver down, couldn't do it, and as a result, they give up an explosive play.
He might want another play. He'll take it himself. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. With the catch, it's Davis. He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
Love that throw there, and I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against Team.
Breaks into the open, and he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
Got it behind the line. It's Madden. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that first down.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Tennessee! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. He'll try to tack on one more.
My man, get him the ball. He will do the rest. Catches the football, walks into the end zone. Feed that man the rock.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 15, here's the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Going right to work up top. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. And the Huskers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark it down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Volunteers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Huskers lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Fires to the tight end. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. Looking to throw on first down. And the quarterback couldn't withstand the heat, and he will go down as we've played one quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Looking for more room. He's at the... And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Vols! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They'll run the option. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. They'll send the back in motion. Snap from the gun on third down. Trying to make magic with his feet. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
And how good is it for a quarterback to have a running back he not only can just dump it off to, but can actually be dangerous as a receiver?
Agreed, Reese. It's not just checkdowns or screens or swing routes or flat routes. This guy can get vertical. And he can all of a sudden start stressing defenses in the second level. What a weapon it is to have this guy in your backfield.
The Cornhuskers are moving quickly down the field. Got his man quickly.
Now, I'll tell you what, when you run those little fellas in the slants, they got to win at the line of scrimmage. Right now, they got to make sure those DBs don't get their hands on them so they can create a little bit of space because they're not as big of a target. Nice job winning right on the line of scrimmage to make the catch.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Here's the pressure. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Looking to fire. Using his feet to buy time. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. On the move at the 30. Bringing it back. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Tennessee. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. He'll be forced out of bounds at his 21-yard line. Not the best field position you could ask for, but they'll get it started there. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what?
Oh, he found a space on the right. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
Yeah, we saw it last week. This guy's got big playability. I mean, he can make those big plays, and now you see it again, man. Over 100 last week, looking to go over 100 this week, and this is why. You hand him the football, he makes enormous plays, chews up a ton of yards, and really catapults this offense.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
Everybody loves those trick plays, man, those misdirections, but the problem is when you stay home and you play the play really disciplined and sound like this defense does, you knock it dead, and a lot of times for a loss, and put the offense in a bind.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the first down, and you're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere. And
he hurls one deep down the left side. It's caught. Flying out to the left. 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Volunteers. And this defense is just getting squeezed by the Big Orange, and he's cutting him up like Peyton Manning.
Man, no answers. I mean, he's really had his way. They haven't made him feel uncomfortable. If I'm a Vols fan, I'm jacked up that I got this guy at quarterback because he's showing he can put up some big numbers.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. He wants to start this drive with a pass. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
That's a great sign for this offense. Man, everything's been difficult so far. You've dug yourself a huge hole. They're going to have to find some completions, find some energy, find some momentum somehow, because it's been a struggle out the gates.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what, you can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And you know they're going to go for it again on fourth down. At least you think they are, because early in this game we've already seen them try to go for it on a couple fourth downs. They didn't get any of those. They got to find a way to stay on the field here. They've got to get their best playmaker on offense, the football.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give him a different look. Here we go. Snap to the back. Shakes off the defender. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcat.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
First down for the offense.
Use the play fake, now to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And the Vols are in the hurry up. Off the play fake. Lofts one deep down the right side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Motion from the back. Snap to the back. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Makes the grab. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. On target over the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays.
Nebraska.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the middle. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Touchdown, Huskers! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
That was a big touchdown for them, too, because they're still trailing. They've got a lot of work ahead of them here in the second half, but I think that's going to give them a lot of confidence now going into halftime. I can't wait to see what they do here in the second half.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. The snap sets up to throw. Using the quick game. He's into the end zone, and what a way to end the half. A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and that's how we'll go to the break. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Volunteers will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys, you got guys out of the portal, you put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
And the Huskers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Well, they haven't been able to get it done on fourth down so far today. They've missed on their first 2 attempts. Is the third time the charm. Wide open downfield. There he goes. Bulldozes his way through. And not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally made it.
Slips a tackle, and he's got room. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. We're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The Huskers have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Shoots it to the left. Got him downfield. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now
looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska. A great catch and run for 6.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man.
Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. That deficit's still pretty big, and they'll try to get it right back and cut into it with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they've got. Gets the back moving. Snap to the back. Turning it on. The Wildcat created an alley, picked up a few. Still some work to do for the first down. We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Direct snap. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Vols will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Vols! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Temple is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Hall of Famer Joe Flacco should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by 11 to Kansas State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Shows him the stiff arm. Surges across the 30, out to the 32, a 6-yard run. The Cornhuskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Here comes the option. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. At the 40, there he goes. Flying down the right. He smashes his way through again. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
He's not going to make it in, and the decision to go for two does not work out.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And everybody's got different philosophies. Some people kick onside every single time. You go for the big play, try to create some momentum for your team, but they failed. A nice job covering the kick, seeing the football off the kicker's foot, securing it, getting on the ground, and making sure your offense retains the football.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success, you've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can...
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Tennessee! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got. This is his personal resume reel, trying to win the Bolitnikoff Award or something.
Highlight after highlight after highlight. He's going to go to social media. He's going to post these. Hey, a lot of likes, a lot of love, a lot of shares with those plays.
From inside his own 15, looking for room. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. Caught in the sticks, it's Foster. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Pulls and fires complete.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense did a good job stringing that play along, and you could tell he didn't make a decision quickly and kept going towards the sideline and pushing towards his right, and then the defense caught up, played great D, and got him on the ground.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Makes a grab past the marker. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's fourth down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
And the Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
He stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. The Huskers getting set on first and 10. Wants to throw on first down. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Husker! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the third quarter and get it back with an onside kick.
And that is why they're called the Handstein people on onside kicks. Great job jumping on that ball.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteer! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable, because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. This possession from their own 20. He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the throw to the sideline is complete, but won't be enough for the first down.
And I like what the quarterback did to finish the run. He buys a little bit of time, scrambles out to his left, and as a right-handed quarterback, you really understand you got to square those shoulders while you're running, which can be difficult if you want to throw an accurate throw like he did right there.
Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback.
28.
So first down will open up the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. And it seems to be a lot easier for the quarterback to find this guy than it is for the defense.
Yeah, and I think this is a guy, Reese, that you can split him out. You can feel comfortable getting the football as many ways as possible because he is one of those matchup problems. Linebackers aren't going to be able to run with him, so try to find ways to maximize that little guy's speed and athletic ability.
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to...
Hauls it in, the first down and more. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Cornhuskers are marching down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Nebraska. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. In a lot of losses, you just want to burn the tape. You don't want to watch it. But I think there are some things that they can take into next week from this performance.
No doubt. Offense is about finding your rhythm, finding your groove, what you do well. And you can tell, at least now, starting to get a little something going, and maybe you can build it.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. So here is the Tennessee offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
This guy is putting up some numbers today, approaching that Joey, going for it all. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. Touchdown ball! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Leaves it with the back. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Wants to fire on second down. Got his man downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
You gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, give me some positive yards.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Huskers in a good spot here with second and short. Wants to keep it in the air. Under fire. He's going to run it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Third and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
But when you've had the day that this guy's had so far, why not hand it off to him on third down, right? At this point, you're almost basically expecting him to find a way to pick it up, and he does exactly that. This guy has been a monster all game.
The Cornhuskers back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air on first down. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the catch at the 15. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. After a play like that, you have to get it in the end zone on this drive. Looking to throw on first down. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right at the end of the game.
And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the...
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And he knocked that one right down the middle. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown.
Set to kick off.
That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Well, you don't see this very often. So much for fighting till the bitter end as they will concede defeat. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.
On the set.
After not really playing their best earlier this season, people said this team is bad.